Hi friends, welcome back to Arc Tutorials. This is SQL Complete Tutorial Series. In the last episode, I showed you how to create a database in relational database table, which is SQL. Today we are going to create a table and we'll see the command will also show you the interface how you can do that. Let's get started. This is part 8 of the series. If you like my tutorials, please do comment, like, share. Also, if you consider please buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/arctutorials. Alright, so following is the playlist we have covered so far. I've done all the basic theory that you need to know. In the last episode, we started coding, programming. In SQL, we created database. Today, we'll create the table. So, first things first. First, we need to make sure that we select the database that where we want to create the table. Once you have done the selection, you would use that database name. That means you're telling that I want to work on this database. And then just like create, we'll also use create table. But along with that, we need to specify the column name and the data type that will work with it. We are going to create advanced table little later in the tutorial, but for this episode, I'll keep it simple so it's easy for you to understand and follow up. Alright, so let's get started. This is a simple table you can think that we will replicate in our SQL. Okay, so let's get started. I hope you have your database up and running. You can either use PHP myadmin to run MySQL. I showed you how to use PostgreSQL. I've also shown you how to use MySQL Workbench if you would prefer that. Now, the first thing you will do is type use the database name. Okay, in our case, we have also seen how to. So if you type show databases and select and run, it will list you all the databases that you have here under below. Here you can see. So I'm going to say use Arc database. Now if you notice, I am writing all the keywords in the uppercase, right? And it's getting highlighted in blue. So that's the syntax that you will follow. You will start writing all the keywords, which is reserved keywords that we'll learn as we go. You will write them in the uppercase, and all the other things you'll write it in lowercase. Okay, so I'm going to write and say use database. Okay, looks like MySQL crashed, but let's use it here. So I am already in the database, Arc database, so it runs the query use database, Arc database. Okay, all right. So the next thing we'll do is here we are going to write our query, which is create table followed by the table name. So I'm going to call it users. Okay, so once you have that, now here it's important that whenever you're defining a table, okay, you need to have some columns. Okay, that's what I showed you here. So this is a users table. It has all these columns, that is user ID, username, and all of that. Now in this we'll also specify what is the data type that they will hold. Like if you see here, these are numbers, age is a number, name can be varchar. Varchar is nothing but variable character. Okay, so you'll write create table name followed by open bracket and close bracket. This is a function bracket. All right, I don't know what this is. It's Grammarly, so that's fine. Just let's not show it, turn off. Okay, yeah. So create table users. Okay, now here we'll specify the columns. I'm saying I need a column name by the name user ID, just like this, and I'm going to say that it is of type int. Okay, we'll learn about keys and everything little later, but for now I'm going to just show you how to add it. So varchar means variable character, and how what is would be the length of it. Okay, you can say 100. I can also specify not null. That means this column cannot be empty. Okay, then I'm saying email, again varchar. For now I want you to just learn and type varchar and basic things. Okay, email, and you have phone number, again int, age integer, Integer means whole value, whole number. Salary. Okay, so we are going to have these fields. Let's also add city. I'm only using varchar and int for this tutorial because we are starting to learn and I don't want to complicate it for you. Okay, so we have a simple table we created. These are all the fields, and you'll write field name followed by the data type and any constraints like null, not null, etc. Okay, there are other things like keys, primary key, foreign key, unique key. We will come to that as and when we learn those concepts. For now, just create this basic table. Click on go and then click on this database, and you can see that if you click on this, you have the table ready. You can click on the table structure and you can see that these are all the fields we just created. Okay, alternatively, if you are using this UI tool, you can click here, enter the field names here, select the data type that you want, and go on and go forth. But I'm showing you programmatically. So the command is create table name followed by the column and what data type it is and the constraints like primary key, null, whatever. We'll come to that later. Okay, I hope you will be able to create a table because next episode onwards we will start doing some operations on it. Okay, all right, thank you so much for joining in this episode. Next episode onwards we'll start our SQL commands, that is SQL select. Okay, all right, thank you so much for joining. See you in the next episode.